see that right there? Those gas prices are very high right now, which is kind of crazy, especially since we're gonna go on a trip right now to North Carolina. I got some family down there. My mom, look, there she is. Her brother lives down there, so we're gonna go visit with him. And then I also have some cousins down there who's also related to Mom, her nephew. And we're gonna go to Charleston, South Carolina. So we've never been there before, so we're gonna do a few tours there and maybe play some disc golf. I'm gonna teach Mom how to play disc golf. Pickleball too. Mom really wants to play pickleball. So I'm gonna show her how to play pickleball. And we're just gonna have a fun time. It's Easter break for her. We're gonna spend some time with family, especially since I'm gonna be going back to the DR in May. Today's actually Easter, so happy Easter to all you guys. I know this is gonna come out later than Easter, but happy Easter to everybody. All right, we're about to make it to my uncle's house. As you can see, it's gotten much darker. But through this trip, hopefully, I want to answer the question of what does on Christ's behalf mean to me, and hopefully what it can mean to you. I've created this channel and I've started to make videos on it about missions work, but also just about my life. Like, on Christ's behalf mean, and how do we live that in our daily lives, not just on the mission field? So hopefully I can answer that question, throughout our travels this week. Maybe learn a little bit of something about, my life, and hopefully something you can apply to yours. Happy to take you guys along on the journey, and hopefully it's not like 30 minutes long like the last video. So, good morning. Today is day 1 of our trip. So I am actually out at a disc golf course. So very excited to get around in, and this is something I just really got into in the last few months since I have been home from the DR. So it's about, I don't know, 7:30, almost 8 o'clock, I guess. And I thought North Carolina was warm, but it's in the 40s right now, and I was not expecting that. Let's start with this round. For some reason, I can throw the mid-range further than the driver, and I don't know why. Probably because I'm weak. So when I think of being an ambassador for Christ, or to plead on Christ's behalf, what I think of is, first of all, preaching. Going out and talking to people about being a missionary, about the gospel, about telling them about the hope that we have in Christ. That's the first thing I kind of think about, is that I'm going out into the world and I'm saying, hey, this is the gospel, this is what I believe, this is why I believe it, and this is the peace that I have found through this. And I know that I have assurance that there is a reward, there is something to come that is so much greater than what we are in right now. I've been blessed with the opportunity to go and speak at a lot of different churches. I find it so encouraging, to go to new congregations or congregations I've never been to, and to just meet new Christians, to meet new people and make connections with them, to pray with them, to preach for them, just to see the life that is there. It's been such an encouragement to go and preach at these different places. A lot of really good people who want to do really good work. Yeah, it's encouraging to see the church want to move and want to see the young in the church grow up and to take the places of those who are getting older, who are moving out of the ministry, and making space for those of us like me to move into it. I've even had a baptism once, and that was amazing to be able to baptize somebody who I had taught, who I had preached to. It's definitely a highlight of the times that I've been preaching. That's what it's all about. Jesus was a preacher, and to imitate Christ is to preach. That doesn't mean everybody has to be a preacher, has to stand on the pulpit, has to stand in front of the whole church and front of the whole congregation, or stand on a street corner and preach the gospel. But it does mean that we have to preach in our lives, whether that be to family members or to co-workers or to other students, classmates, whatever it may be. We have to tell them about the gospel. Jesus does this in his own life to people, everyday people. He has the Sermon on the Mount. He has these big moments where he's preaching to large crowds, but he also has the small, intimate conversations with the disciples, with the 72, and then ultimately he has it with his 3 best buddies, his 3 friends, James, John, and Peter, who are his closest friends. He preaches the gospel to them in a way that is gentle, but also true. Being a preacher is imitating Christ. When we evangelize to those who are around us, that's how we plead on Christ's behalf, be reconciled to God. On our way to Charleston now. We just left my uncle's house. Glad we were able to be there to just visit with him and his girlfriend. One day was a really good time to be there. We watched a movie last night of Mice and Men. If anybody's watched that, then you know it's kind of a sad story, but it was a good movie. We did find a gas station that had gas at $3.69, which is pretty good for right now, where like the highest prices back home are $4.20.
Blue and purple.
Mom drank all of her Monsters. We're gonna get lunch somewhere. In the comments, post what we should get for lunch. I'm thinking Chick-fil-A could be really good. McDonald's, Mom says no. Burger King, Taco Bell. Oh, Mom would do Taco Bell. Wow.
Maybe.
Arby's, Wendy's. So this afternoon we have a schooner ride on the Charleston Bay. I think it's like over 80-foot tall ship. It's like a sailboat. You'll be able to see the sights of Charleston Harbor.
And 48.
Huh?
50.
We just got here to the South Carolina Aquarium, and the aquarium is very close to where our boat tour leaves out of, and I meant to bring extra batteries because you, right now, are at 25%, and I don't think it's going to last enough time for us to be on the boat, come back off the boat, and then you still be recording. I gotta go get batteries now. So I'm gonna leave you with Mom. Here.
Bye. See you, Jacob. You're going across the street. There he is. Return with your battery.
2 extras, just in case. So we made it onto the boat here, onto this tall ship, as you can see. It is a bit of a windy day, but that might be nice because then it's not super hot.
Right. It's gonna be nice.
Here's our view. Yorktown's way out there. I'm trying to zoom in on it. We'll be going to the Yorktown
Thursday. Louisiana Tech. Okay.
Alright, so that's pretty cool. The crew is now volunteers. They get paid nothing. They actually paid to come and work on the ship. This is much like missionary work. You come and pay to do work. Okay, I'm in the bathroom right now. I know, it's a weird place, but it's the only place that's a little bit quiet. This whole trip, this whole schooner ride has been super amazing. We've had a ton of fun, and it's a little windy out, a little cooler out, but it's been awesome. We made it into our hotel room after the sailing trip, which was really fun. Yeah, it was a little cooler than what we expected, but it was fine. There's a Waffle House down there, which is actually where we're going to go eat dinner. Tomorrow we are going to a plantation and touring that, and then we're having a downtown city tour, walking tour. Alright, we've entered into a new segment for the video. I'm going to show you all of the amazing snacks that we brought on our trip. Now, some of them we've already eaten, because we're on today like day 3 or 4 of our trip, and this is the view that we have. Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. Some of our snacks that we have is banana bread. Belvita soft-baked banana bread. And Mom hates that. She hates banana bread. Banana bread is so good. Most of these snacks I actually got from Sharp Shopper, so shout out to Sharp Shopper. Maybe they'll sponsor a video someday. Got some Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Put a like in the comment if you like Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Some Twizzlers. The king size. Sharp Shopper, only 79 cents. Fulfill. These are little chocolates that have caramel and peanut butter, and they're good in protein. They have 16 grams of protein. But then on the packaging it says it has 4 grams of sugar. But then on the back it says that it has 14 grams of sugar alcohol. Which, sugar alcohol. Yeah, I know. Some Flips chocolate pretzels. These are so good. So we have to hide them from Mom. We also have some soft-baked cookies, or in Spanish they call them galletas. Unfortunately, this is empty because Mom has gotten into them. Finally, but probably most importantly, last but not least, of course, are these Pringles Mingles. Check out the Pringles Mingles. These things are so good. These are light, airy, crispy, cinnamon sugar. I would compare them to, if you've ever been to Taco Bell, they have cinnamon twists, and these are very similar to that. A little different, but very similar, and they're delicious. Like, the only reason this bag is not empty right now is because I wanted to save it to do this segment with you guys. So, grab yourself a bag of these if you can. I actually got these at Ollie's, so that means that someone didn't buy them. I mean, how could you not buy these? They're so good. But yeah, if you ever find these, go get them. So that's our snacks. I also had some Diet Mountain Dews that I brought, which I'm almost out of now. So, full container. That might say a little bit about who I am and what I do and my habits, so pray for me on that. Anyway, tomorrow we have Drayton Hall. It's a plantation. In the afternoon, we have a walking tour of downtown Charleston. So. Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful day here at Drayton Hall, a old plantation house here in Charleston, South Carolina. So yeah, we're gonna take a tour here, to see what history can tell us. And yeah, this is the type of stuff me and Mom really love to do together. Go and see history and watch it come alive, because you're actually in the place, you know, where these things actually happened. Yeah, we're excited about this tour. Should be really good. What's another reason that On Christ's Behalf really means a lot to me? And I think another thing that comes to mind is service. It reminds me of in Matthew, where Jesus is talking to the disciples, he's talking to the people, and he's saying, whatever you have done to the least of these, you have also done for me. He says that he was hungry and he was sick and he was in prison without clothes, and that they clothed him and that they served him and that they gave him food to eat. They visited him in prison, they visited him when he was sick. And in this parable, they ask, when did we see you sick? Or when did we see you in prison? When did we see you without clothes? And he says, whenever you have done to the least of these, my brothers, you have also done for me. And it makes me think about how are we supposed to live as Christians, and how are we supposed to serve people? That's selflessly. So that's a big part of how we go into the world. So serving as Jesus served could take on a lot of different qualities, or service could display itself in a lot of different ways. Like, you could go to the DR, do a missions trip. You could also do work in your own community, no matter where that might be. Whether that be in Virginia for me, or it be in South Carolina where I am now. So thinking about service in my own life, you know, at the soup kitchen, at Watts, which is the Winchester area temporary thermal shelters. So we've served food there before. And then yeah, we just got involved with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, which provides beds for young children who don't have a bed. And so we build one for them and deliver it to them. And it's a great little ministry. And so there's a lot of ways you can serve, not just, like I said, in missions, but also, you know, just in your own community. Mom's went and served at the soup kitchen with us.
Yes, it is fun.
Yeah. What did you think of the tour?
I liked it a lot. He was very informative.
Yeah.
Learned things I did not know about Charleston. Lots of firsts happen here in Charleston.
Yeah, the tour was really good. We just got finished with that. Mom's always getting herself into trouble. There's a walking lane right here for walking people, and there's a driving lane for driving people. And she's like, I'm just gonna walk in the driving lane. We are at the USS Yorktown. It is a World War II aircraft carrier. It's pretty big. Check it out. Look at her run back to me. Watch her run. I leave her behind all the time. But we're gonna tour this vessel. Check it out. Look around. We have a guided tour of the ship it's called the Captain's Tour. You excited?
I am.
I was excited. She's so excited she ran back towards me. So we made it onto the flight deck of the USS Yorktown. Very, very cool. Some of these planes did fly off of this deck, some of them didn't. We just got finished with our tour, which talked all about what the inside of the ship was like, what it was like for the sailors. It's about some of the things that the US Yorktown did while it was in service. The tour guide was excellent. What was your favorite part about the tour?
I think just seeing the inside of the ship, and there's a whole little community and city down there that has everything that you need to survive out here in the middle of the ocean.
Can you believe they only give you 2-hour parking here?
I know, it's ridiculous.
It's either 2-hour parking or you have to do parking for the entire day. And like the ship is so big, you could spend 5-6 hours here. They're like only 2 hours, or you have to pay $30 to park for the whole day. And it's like you pay for admission and then you got to pay for parking.
Which is ridiculous.
It's like if I'm paying for admission and you have a parking lot, that parking lot should be what is included in admission. We're gonna go check out a disc golf course. Throw my new discs that I got, and then we're gonna be on our way to Roanoke Rapids. Yeah, so this is our view right now.
Cut the backwards out.
Alright, goodbye Yorktown. I didn't get to see enough of you. I didn't get to stay long enough, but I'm glad I was able to come and at least see you for a few hours. I lost Mom. She must have fallen overboard or something. Alright, on our way to Roanoke Rapids, we've stopped at a frisbee golf course to test out my new discs that I got not too long ago. So I was able to get some new discs. Well, new to me discs. So we're here at Park Circle Disc Golf Course here in South Carolina. It's pretty close to Charleston. Alright, so we have the Streamline Jet. This is an 11 speed, so it might be a little too fast for me right now since I'm a beginner. Innova X Out, which is an 8 speed, so I'm excited about this one because it should be a really good one for me to throw. We have a mid-range here, Aftershock by DGA.
Isn't it pretty?
And then we also have another driver, a Leopard, which I'm pretty sure is like a 9 or 10 speed.
Which is also
disc.
pretty.
We're gonna see how these throw.
Ooh, that one flew really nice.
Alright, we just had a gentleman come through, and we let him play through because we're just testing these new discs out. We're not playing a game, so I was like, you can just play. He's okay, so he throws his disc, and I'm just like looking off over here. I'm just not paying any attention. He throws into a bush, and Mom, of course, just being Mom, she's like, oh, you hit a bush. And he's like, thanks. And then he walks away. This is how you make friends playing disc golf, Mom.
I'll try to be better friends. Like the road's right there.
Thus concludes our little expedition to throw some new discs. Although I feel like I am not experienced enough to really understand the differences between those discs. But I think they all flew pretty good. I mean, they didn't all just crash into the ground. They were all...
only hit 2 trees.
I only hit the same tree twice. So now we're on our way to Roanoke Rapids, and hopefully it's not too late when we get there. Okay, we did finally make it out here to Roanoke Rapids. And we're now at a park to play some pickleball. Mom has never played pickleball before, so prepare to see some cringe. I'm watching her be cringe right now as we practice throwing some discs out here in this field. And whenever she throws the disc, it's very cringe. She's so cringe. She's really trying though, and I guess that's what really matters. The pickleball is gonna be really fun with her because she's just gonna, I don't know what it's gonna be like actually. I've never seen her play table tennis. I've never seen her play tennis. She's never played pickleball. Alright, so this is Mom's first time playing pickleball. Let's see how this goes. We've done a few practice rounds. I won. 11-0. We're gonna play again, and I'm only gonna use my left hand. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Alright, left-handed. I won 11-4.
But I did score.
Mom did play better. Oh, you think I can make it from here?
Yep. I have faith in you. Yes.
All right. We are now at the disc golf course playing some disc golf. Mom is my caddy. She's doing an excellent job. When I tell her to give me the putter, she gives me the putter. When I ask her to give me the driver, she gives me the driver. So good. Alright guys, welcome to a new segment in the video. I think I'm going to bring this to a lot of the videos. It's going to be, I'm going to read a verse, and then we're going to talk about it. How good does that sound? This has so much to do with what we're talking about in the video about service and being ambassadors for Christ. We're going to be in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, and we're going to start in verse 18. Everything is from God, who has reconciled us to himself through Christ, and has given us this ministry of reconciliation. That is, in Christ, God was reconciling us to the world, reconciling the world to himself, not counting their trespasses against them, and he has committed the message of reconciliation to us. Therefore, we are ambassadors for Christ, since God is making his appeal through us. We plead on Christ's behalf, be reconciled to God. He made the one who did not know sin to be sin for us, so in him we might become the righteousness of God. So what do you think?
Well, we had to be reconciled to God because we are the ones that broke that connection way back in the Garden of Eden.
We broke the covenant. Mm-hmm. You know, we sin, and even just one sin is, you know, the punishment for that is death and separation from God. But God is so full of love and so full of grace that he's provided a way for us to be reconciled back to him. And this verse really talks about how we have an active role in that as Christians, because everyone in this world is searching for something. They're searching for something to satisfy them, to fulfill them, whether that be, you know, money or sex or drugs or alcohol. You know, in this day and age, fame is a big one. You know,
right.
Like everyone trying to post stuff, you know, on YouTube or post stuff like me. You know, that's what this is. I'm trying to get famous, and they think that's going to fulfill them and going to fill that God-shaped hole that's, you know, in their life.
I like what you said with we have a part in that. He sits it out there for us to partake in.
Yeah, so in this verse, I think we start in verse 18. It says, everything is from God who has reconciled us to himself through Christ and has given us that ministry of reconciliation. So like this reconciliation is only possible through Christ and through what he did on the cross for us. And so this ministry of reconciliation, I think what Paul is telling the Corinthians here is, you know, that Christ took on sin for us, right, and he paid that price for us, and we have to believe, we have to obey. You know, we have to enter into a covenant relationship with Christ, with God, in order to receive that salvation. So like this calling, this commission falls on us, you know, to obey, to tell people about Jesus, not just through our actions, but also through our words. You know, like people say actions speak louder than words, which is true. But Jesus used words, and so we should use words to tell people about Jesus himself too.
Like you have been called to go onto the mission field.
Yeah.
I was called to be a teacher, so therefore I'm in that role as a missionary in a Christian school. Other people are called to do different things in the body of Christ. And so the person that cleans the bathroom is just as important as the minister that stands up and preaches, or the missionary that goes out on the field. Yeah, so that could be our next segment in this video is I want to commission you to figure out what your calling is. Like what has God laid on your heart to participate in? Like what ministry is at your church, or maybe you're not in church, but what ministry do you feel called to? That maybe it's
the outreach group at your church, or maybe it's going out and serving people. Maybe it is speaking, maybe it is preaching, maybe it's kids ministry. But there's a lot of different callings within the church that you can find yourself in. And I feel called into the mission field. I've been going for such a long time now, and spending 5 months last year, as you guys have watched, was amazing. I've had the opportunity, like I'm just in that place in life and have the opportunity to go and to serve on the mission field. Find what your calling is, find where God is placing you, and sometimes it'll feel uncomfortable, right? Like, yes. It will. Going on the mission field, quitting my job to go do that, that didn't feel super comfortable, but I knew God was leading the way. I know He was providing. When you know God is in it, you just got to follow it. You have to obey it, right. Even though like there are uncertainties that may arise. God is working through all those things. All right, we're back at a different Frisbee golf course. Very excited. This is Halifax. It's not too far from Roanoke Rapids, and it seems as if this channel is turning into a disc golf channel. That'll probably be my last game of disc golf on this trip. There are a lot of gifts within the kingdom of God. Paul, in many of his letters, talks about the body of Christ and how we all have equal part in it. Like, the eye can't say to the arm, I don't need you, or vice versa, because they're all useful parts. So God's called each of us into something in His ministry, in His kingdom. Not all of us are going to be great at everything. Some of us are going to be good at preaching. Some of us are going to be good at teaching. Some of us are going to be good at doing mission work, doing service. Some of us are going to be good at encouraging. Each of us has to find our own way into that ministry or into that calling that God has laid on our life, that gift that He's given us. And I hope you are able to find that. If you're already in that, then great. Continue to do that. I want to encourage you to do that. If not, then pray to God. Ask Him. See what He says. And sometimes it takes listening for a long time. Sometimes it takes listening for a year or 2 or 3. Keep at it. Keep asking. But also look for wise counsel around you. Ask people who are already in ministry. Hey, I see that you're doing this and you're really good at it. I'd love to check it out and see if maybe this is what God is calling me into. That's what it's about. It's about being together. It's about being united in what our gifts are, and knowing what place we fall into as far as what our gifts are. So I encourage you, go find somebody or find a ministry, join that ministry, and see if that's where God is telling you to be. Maybe it's just the first one that you think of, maybe it's the one that you've been trying to be a part of for a long time, but I encourage you, don't wait, go serve in whatever way God is calling you to do so. Back home, back to Winchester, Virginia. And I think we've had a pretty good time. You had a good time?
I have. I had a really good time.
Yeah.
Very relaxing, very entertaining.
So we've had a really good week, going down to Charlotte and then to Charleston and then to Roanoke Rapids, visit family, and it's all been really fun, all been really great. Played some pickleball, that was awesome. You guys didn't get to see it, but Mom did fall while playing pickleball, and it was hilarious. It was hilarious after I knew she was fine.
Well, my feet got stuck and they would not move.
Mom's feet were just stuck to the ground. She couldn't move them. She's like, the ground was coming, but I couldn't move my feet. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we will see you in the next one. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.